a small increase for the budgets of local law enforcement all over the country to do a more effective job. And law enforcement going after criminals would have no problem, because that's not controversial. It's not controversial in Philadelphia or Scranton or Pittsburgh or any of the small towns and cities, New York, New Jersey. Not controversial anywhere that I go on any regular basis, because we support the police, and the police go after criminals. So all they had to do was take an approach that would not cost a whole hell of a lot of money relative to the creating another branch of the service bigger than the Marine Corps. That could have been done efficiently. So that wasn't the motivation of why they're doing this. The motivation of why they're doing this is counterproductive, because they come into the cities as an invading army, as an invading force, and what they're doing, they're not going after immigrants. They're putting on theater. They're having these fat bastards cosplaying. They're giving them a bonus and getting the dregs of the dregs. Probably a bunch of Jan Sixers. I've heard reported, and I can't prove it.
They hired all the J6ers to do the immigration custom enforcement operations? Hello?
In front of the El Salvador Forever prison, and she's down there, in her outfit du jour, trying to send a message of cruelty, trying to send a message of, we're going to discipline the nation with an iron hand. And so if they're not going after immigration, and it doesn't seem logically like they aren't trying to intimidate the population, put in their minds that it's normal to see the Trump army on the street, and probably, and we'll see, deploy those guys to intimidate voters and make free and fair elections a lot more difficult in November of this year. So, I think there's a lot of other evidence, a lot of other things that are more likely that they're trying to do than immigration enforcement. One thing I wanted to make a correction of, I put it in the chat. There's something called a Bivens action. Bivens actions are for when federal agents break into a home without a warrant and wreak havoc and cause people damages and beat them up and things like that. And so I put that in detail in the chat. And before I said that I want to correct myself. I said that you could bring a civil rights action under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, and that was my mistake, because that's really intended for state and local law enforcement for a civil action, a violation of civil rights. So if your local police do that, that would be 42 U.S.C. 1983. But the Bivens action, and I have the case site in there, that's what's brought to go after the federal government. It's more limited than the 42 U.S.C. 1983 civil rights action. It's much more limited, but at least for all these warrantless searches of people's homes, when they're going into people's homes and roughing them up and breaking in without warrants with their masks on and in their military costumes with real firearms, they can be held accountable for damages they do to the homes.
Power of the Bull Rush!
I'm not sure if there's any, if that would apply to people getting attacked on their own driveway or on the sidewalk, but at least for breaking into the homes, you can bring a Bivens action. So I want to, that
Hello?
corrects what I said before. And yeah, I think it's pretty clearly racist. And I think there's a lot of proof to substantiate that. Thanks.
Racist!
I just want to clarify something. Someone Norm said. Norm talked about Preddy shouting fighting words at the agents.
I watched those tapes over and over again. It was so shocking. It's so shocking to see a citizen gunned down on the street. And I really watched it in detail, forensically, because I knew I couldn't count on DHS, Kristi Noem, or Kash Patel to do it. So I did it myself. He said no such thing. He didn't say.
But it could be that he was referring to the first incident 13 days earlier, January 13th. So in the second incident in which he was shot, I saw as well, which is what caused me to, I thought I was getting new information here from Norm, and maybe my eyes and ears deceived me. I could find nothing, as you could find nothing.
He was filming. He was holding up in his hand a cell phone.
Hold on a second, Wim. But in the January 13th incident, he did shout at the agents.
I don't know. I didn't look at that one in detail.
Okay, if you let me... are you through?
Yeah.
Thank you. The January 13th incident, he did shout at the agents. And I've looked at several sources, several news sources, and they all are reporting that he shouted, "Fuck you." He shouted, "Trash." And he shouted, "What are you doing here?"
All protected speech.
Hello?
Right. I don't think those are fighting words.
Woo!
I'm not a counselor at law either, but you are.
It's protected speech. You can say "fuck you" to the cops. They might, on a good day, they might rough you up for that. That's possible, because cops aren't perfect. So it's not generally advisable to badmouth a cop. There's not a lot of upside in it, but it's constitutionally protected speech. It's not fighting words. It's not calling them out and asking for a fight. It is, especially taking into account the totality of the circumstances where they're an invading army in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and St. Paul, Minnesota, and the surrounding suburbs. They're there to terrorize people, and for people to stand up and fight back, that is their constitutional redress of grievances, because they don't have the Senate, they don't have the House, they really don't have the courts. The lower courts, you can get some help in the lower courts at the district level or the state levels. The district courts have been pretty good. The appellate courts have been pretty good. But people who oppose what Trump is doing don't have the Supreme Court, don't have the House, don't have the Senate, and can't rely on the separation between the president and the institutions like the FBI or the Department of Justice, which people used to be able to go to, even when a president was acting badly back in the time of Nixon. And I'm glad he mentioned Tom Homan, because I forgot about that, $25,000. And it's the last time I saw this. I could be mistaken, but the last time I saw that was, that I remember clearly, was when Spiro Agnew was getting bags of cash in a vice presidential office over the table in his I'm sorry, so it wasn't brandishing the gun, it was concealed. If it's concealed, they didn't see it. Once they saw it, then they knew he was disarmed.
Right. And also, I would imagine if he had shouted, "I'll shoot you," or "You're dead," or something like that, or if the gun was carried illegally, or if the officers reasonably perceived an imminent threat, something like that, then it might escalate to a felony. But otherwise, is it not just the same as if I do not own a gun, were yelling "fuck you" to the cops?
The gun is almost irrelevant because it wasn't brandished. It was concealed on him, so that wasn't part of the equation of what the ICE people were looking at. He was oriented towards that woman who he was trying to help, who got pepper sprayed or whatever, and then
Getting shoved back on her back. That was what he was trying to assist her.
And he had been filming, then he went to help the woman. As he was doing that, he got shoved to the ground and shot in the back. They didn't, before they shoved him to the ground, they didn't see him doing anything that was threatening or anything other than filming and exercising First Amendment rights and helping that woman out, who they pepper sprayed, and she fell, and he went to help her.
Right. I think everybody has a right to their opinion, and the opinion that Norm expressed, that it was a stupid thing to do what he did, is a fine opinion to make. But to state a fact, we should be correct on what the facts are. And I had never heard that before, and that's what caused me to look it up. And I appreciate you as an attorney at law clarifying it. Yeah, Howard.
Yeah, Gary, if I can, I actually wanted to put you on the hot seat for a second.
It's supposed to be Howard on the hot seat.
I know.
My God.
Turn around. So, to the best of knowledge, other than William, have we had any other attorneys speak today?
Is Ben an attorney? I don't know.
Okay.
Ben is indeed an attorney.
Right.
Okay, so we've had two. To the best of our knowledge, two.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I may have said it sarcastically when I referred to Norm.
There will be no sarcasm and no mockery.
Thank you, William. We'll go to David, followed by Odeon.
Hey, Gary, thanks for the stage here today and to talk about this topic. Yeah, I think we need to understand that the logic of what we're talking about stems from the sizable bureaucratic budget that was allocated for this. By definition, when you allocate billions of dollars toward a campaign centered around intimidation and abuse and any means necessary approach. I mean, I'm using that very kind of aggressively, but you're going to have raids that result in the outcomes that we're seeing. And at the levels that we're seeing them, and also with the quotas that are behind warning this kind of expenditure. But it behooves Americans to understand that by taxing us to do this, there's also the direct effect of costing the economy in the form of suppressed labor shortages, foot traffic for small businesses and restaurants, and people not spending money, people staying home fearful of ICE raids. In California here, there are many academic institutions that are studying this firsthand, and businesses are telling them that they're having to shutter their doors. Bankruptcy filings are up. They're saying that this chilling effect is worse than what they faced under COVID. And so let that sink in for a little bit. In Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley, where Marshall hails from, the construction companies are not able to complete projects.
Right. We actually pretty extensively covered that earlier. You're absolutely.
So that's just one major industry in a red state. And so, the response was, well, what do we do about this? Well, the business owners were being interviewed. They were talking about warrantless searches. They were talking about the fact that we don't have a pathway to citizenship. If you're going to be a business, in my opinion, and you're going to benefit the economy off of this labor that wants to be here to work, that doesn't want to cause problems, that wants to take care of their families, send money home, not get in the crosshairs of the law, then the administration, with all of its reasons and smart people that they have talking about how to rein this in with ICE raids, can do the exact opposite and go to their think tanks and say, hey, how can we keep these people employed properly within the law? Maybe there's some powerful executive summaries executive decisions I could put forward. Spend the money to create a pathway. Spend the money to tell these people, look, you're welcome here. Have these companies and corporations vouch for these workers. Professional opinions. This person, so-and-so's worked for me for 5 years without a problem or incident. Have these companies backstop these laborers with bonds, or whatever they have to do to say they are providing a valuable service to me and my corporation or my company, and without them, I'm out of business or I'm less productive or profitable. One thing America's about, Gary, it's about making money. And when you don't have labor to make money, who's going to do the jobs? So this is really, this zealotry to rain down on these immigrants, is really bad for business. It's bad for the economy. It's bad for the space, and it's bad for the morale that we need to have in this country. The Super Bowl. I think that the ICE, the Bad Bunny performance was a direct shot across the bow at that very thing. So, they're counterproductive, Gary, for the reasons I just stated. Not to mention the blowback that we're getting around the world. They don't want us there in the Olympics. They're not going to want to come here during the World Cup. And of course, our Olympics in 2 years here in Los Angeles. What is that going to look like? So, at the end of the day, at a minimum, I think we got to put our heads together and say, okay, how can we fast track these people? And a lot of these people, Gary, they don't have the money to cough up to an attorney, let alone wait out the process, and let alone see their fellow immigrants being rounded up when they follow the law. The poor kid that made international exposure to what had happened to him, that dad was from Ecuador. He had filed all the proper procedures to be in this country. So they have no excuse. They have nothing to back their policies against, really, other than the fact that because they have the money spent, they have these ICE agents in masks, then they want to go out and have retribution because a few of them got disrespected in these rallies or whatever the case may be. It doesn't give them a right to run roughshod over a process that we created that they're trying to implement. So, anyway, I'll end there. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm continuing my fact checking here. And I will acknowledge I'm not reading from the DHS website because I can't pay attention to the room and read the full data. I have to read other reporters' previous analysis of the data. As I read during the opening remarks, 65% of the people taken into ICE custody had no criminal conviction. That's according to the Cato Institute. Not some progressive Marxist anarchist organization, Cato. Only about 7%, according to Cato, had any violent conviction. Visa Verge has several stories about this that I just perused that show that in late 2025, and I believe this was September of 2025, 71.5%, here we go with the 70% figure, 71.5% of ICE detainees had no criminal convictions at all. So something's wrong here. Either all this reporting is wrong, and if so, Norm is really exposed maybe a conspiracy to mislead the American public. I don't know. Visa Verge also reports that internal ICE documents from mid-2025 indicate that less than 10% of immigrants booked into custody had serious criminal convictions: murder, rape, or robbery, sexual assault. Something's wrong here. I don't know which recitation of the DHS statistics is accurate and what isn't, and I apologize for that. But if any of you are interested, please feel free to go to the DHS site and see for yourself. It could be that all these news organizations are dramatically misstating the facts. Odie Ware, followed by Dr. Mitch, and then F. Gray.
Thank you very much, Gary. I came to your room. Good evening to everyone. So this is a topic that interests me so much because, as you all know, I am an immigrant. And let me start with the premise. I'm not going to be deceived with my own eyes. This is clearly a racist policy by Trump. I'm not among those people that thought he's a racist. I think he's a racist, but it's okay. I mean, like I've told you several times, I think that racism is okay. Just admit it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop anybody from being racist, so I can't fight Trump. Can I fight his racist supporters?
No, of course, we have no way of changing what's in the hearts, the souls, and the minds of others.
So if you listen from White House gossip about Stephen Miller, those are what he promotes. So let me give you a classical example. I'm a citizen, right, Gary? Citizen. You know how I became a citizen? I went through the right process. I remember when I was filing for my citizenship, I had a $40 speeding ticket. DHS, Department of Homeland Security under USIS, sent me a mail that I'm owing Baltimore County where I live $40. Gary, I don't care about the mail. How the hell did the USCIS know that I'm owing a speeding ticket of $40? But I paid it anyway. What am I trying to say? That all these things are interlinked. How people become citizens, going through the right process, and I became a citizen. Trump is a racist. So I see what they do to the Somalis. Now, let me be honest with you, I'm not like very apathetic to the Somalis. I fight them in a one African way. But the average ICE person doesn't know the difference between a Somali and a Nigerian. I mean, there's a video of them questioning a Somali man saying, where were you born? You're not from here. You don't have the same accent like me. Gary, the video is there. The Somali guy came on CNN. And you expect me to see that and say, oh no. If ICE is saying they are looking for criminals, go look for criminals. But you're going around asking people because of their accent. I have an accent. Well, I'm a citizen and I have power. So I like what is going on, Gary. They should continue with the immigration raids because you know why? It furthers my political agenda. Gary, it furthers my political agenda. And it goes back to what I told you when before Trump wins. I said, don't worry. America will implode from within. They should continue doing. What they are doing is that they are radicalizing people. I mean, you see Hispanics. I work a lot of Hispanics who are citizens. They see those videos. And you think they're not radicalized? Like you think that they're seeing what ICE is doing. And they're not doing to people that look like them. There's a guy in Target, you saw that video. He was dragged out of his work, an American citizen. When they found out he was a citizen, they dumped him. People have seen those things. What I want my party to do, the Democrats, don't play. You see that boy, Liam boy, just play the video. Play it everywhere. Let people become radicalized. My own younger brother is a 3-time Trump voter. He lives in North Carolina. He's not supporting Trump. He's almost anti-Trump like me. Why? Because when Trump came to Raleigh, where he lives, he has a business. It's the wealthiest of all of our brothers. He has this Airbnb business. Him and my cousins, they're living very good life. There's a woman they all like. She's a nanny. She cleans their Airbnb. They know how they've developed a relationship with her. The woman was not coming to work. She was calling them worried, petrified, herself, her people. On the other part, my younger brother had to take up another job. Guy, you know what he was doing? He had to go clean the Airbnb himself because he had to put his customer, he had to make money. If his cleaner was not coming, who's going to clean it? He has to do it. He couldn't find anybody. People talk about coming to America legally. And when you ask them, how do you come to America legally? They don't even know what they're talking about. The 1986 INA Act says that you must come to a point of entry, which is a problem. Meaning that before you file for asylum claims, you must be in America. So if you walk through the border, come by air, and you file for asylum, you're going through a process. How do you explain? Oh, they say I'm against illegal immigration. How do you explain that ICE is going to cut hearings? People following through the process that Americans want. How do you explain that people on asylum claims, Christine Noem and Trump are making them illegal? How do you explain people on temporary protected status that have a pathway, Trump and Christine Noem are making them illegal? So you cannot pick and choose. You cannot wake up and say that you are against illegal immigration. And at the same time, you are stopping legal migration. So it's either you come out and say openly, which I know that's what they want, you are against immigration. Right now, my wife has a green card. My daughter is a citizen. I am a citizen. My wife can no longer be a citizen because Trump has banned over 100 countries, African poor countries, from becoming citizens in America. So please tell me how is it not racist? How? But you know the good thing? The good thing is that the Republicans are feeling it. Marsha knows who Maria Salazar is. She has been shouting. Carlos Gimenez, South Florida Republicans. They come on to me and say it, that this immigration thing is going to haunt the Republicans. I mean, the strange thing about it, guys, is that Trump has messed up a policy that he has the greatest advantage of. The reason why Trump won was immigration and trans issue to me, because I campaigned. But all of a sudden, immigration is now a minus on his part. All he knows have him at minus double digits, minimum 18. Something that is so strong, something that he ran on, something that won the election. But the one thing said not to soft pedal, but I don't want them to soft pedal. I want them to continue the way they should come to Baltimore where I live and continue the way. I'll be so happy. I want the way to continue. The way for me, when Mr. Collins, to tell that nobody has been and Mr. Collins complained that he has been election. Guy, what did I do? They left me. They don't want Mr. Collins to lose. So it's so great. If what they're doing is so great. And everybody is supporting them. Let's support everybody. Let's support everybody. How do you explain that people are more covered up? No ID, no badge, no identification. Guy, the police has stopped me before. The guy was identified and said, hey, I'm an officer. I stopped him because when I was stopped, my license was suspended because I didn't go to my vehicle permission. Like I said, I'm going to give you a warning. Not a warning, just give you one order. Sorry, give you a work order. And yes, warning, work order. And I went to fix. I went to do my vehicle permission. I identified myself. People are saying no one. People look like dogs, all face masks, coming into my house to say their eyes. How do I know it's not a common criminal endeavor? Double dogs, no, what do you mean double dogs? You should be, if Trump and Noel feel that what they're doing is so great, Americans love it. Then they should inspire the officers. If I'm doing something so great that people love, carry you hide your face. People say, oh yes, guy is a nice man. He's doing good from America. We're so proud. He caught all those criminals. But they're hiding because what they're doing is cruel and shameful. But Gary, thank you for your time. Marshall, as I told you before, I'm ticking off the boxes of America collapse. I know you guys don't like to hear it, but I'm ticking off those boxes. They should continue with the immigration raid. It favors me politically. Thank you.
Well, your main point, which you circle back to at the end, causes me to think back to what Barbie said about the intent is to be mean, and then Norm countering, no, the meanness is a tactic. The intent is to get rid of dangerous illegal criminals. But maybe we should contemplate, based on what Odienware just told us, the possibility that the intent is to divide the nation. It has been documented, this is not an opinion, this is a fact, that the Russian government and other governments have a campaign that's been going on for a number of election cycles so far, not necessarily to get their favorite candidates into office, but to cause us to argue among ourselves, a house divided. Is that the intent of what is occurring right now? I hadn't given that much thought before. I thought that maybe what is happening is in effect dividing us further. But Odienware brings up an excellent point, worth contemplating. I'm not arguing it, I'm contemplating. Is the intent to divide the nation so that the nation will fall? It's something I think we ought to at least think about as a possibility. Thank you for mentioning that again, Odien. You've said it many times in the past, but it really resonated with me today. Dr. Mitch, followed by F. Grady, and S500 got back on the stage after falling off, so we'll get to that person.
You, Gary. Hi, everyone. Dr. Mitch Holland, I'm actually I work as an expert witness. I just wanted to mention that even if you have every due process right that these immigrations are not getting, if you're ever wrongly accused of a crime, or anybody in your family is, and you have to go through that process, assuming all the regular due process that they're saying immigrants are not entitled to, it's not only difficult, it's expensive, it's a horrible process, and without those due process rights, it's almost like a violation of human rights. So that's my opinion. I work in the system. I wanted to mention the prosecutors as well. Of course, Civic and Kitover, private persons, have just been given massive contracts, and I suspect $75 billion that's coming out of the big beautiful bill. This administration's everybody. Everybody seems to have the thing that they're focused on. If you look at the money motivation, I don't know, maybe $75 billion isn't a lot. It sounds like a lot to me. And they're building all these new immigration facilities, which further the prison industrial complex, which has been really, really bad for a very long time. You won't really know that till someone in your family is innocently accused of a crime. So I wanted to bring that up. Regarding David made a comment about labor shortage. I want to talk about the other end of the spectrum, which is the brain drain. I've got friends that run universities, Salk Institute. I work with the scientific community, Hertz Foundation, other very high-profile organizations, and all of them are experiencing a brain drain. Engineers and scientists, doctors, people of high caliber, professors do not want to come to the United States. They don't want to be treated like criminals. If you talk about counterproductive, this is a time in history when we need the smartest minds in the world. The technology is moving very, very quickly. And if we can't attract the smartest minds to America, they're going to go somewhere else. The Chinese government is happy to set you up in a lab in Switzerland or Singapore or the beautiful location of your choice, pay you to go to that lab and work for them and unlock the secrets of the scientific future. They're happy to do it while we're, kind of waving around $100,000 fee to bring experienced and intelligent people to get a visa to come here and give us their knowledge. I think I'm close to Samsung, and they had all those engineers in Atlanta who basically were castigated. They came here to teach us for free engineering knowledge and technology that we didn't have. And they've said that they're not coming back. They don't care. So this is the brain, the other side of the spectrum, not just people cutting your grass and picking your vegetables, but we've got a serious problem. I mean, people are not thinking of, I don't think politicians think about outcomes in the future, but this is one of the biggest threats to our nation, is that other countries gain superior knowledge to us in this way. The other thing I wanted to tell so again, profit motive. I think I don't know how much is politics and how much is profits, but there is a large profit motive to. I mean, they want to build 23 more immigration jails. I think it just doesn't.
Converting warehouses, by the way, warehouses is what they're using.
Yeah, I mean, is this a productive, and while they're kicking people off of food stamps, hello, we're not a poor nation. We shouldn't have people living in the streets. I was in LA a few weeks ago. There are more people living in the street than there are in the buildings. It's just like, it's every major city in America has homeless, hungry people. We're not a poor country. We need to bring some compassion home here. And the immigrants add to our strength of this country. And I don't see ICE picking up criminals and rapists and murderers and people from insane asylums. I see them going on the Uber line, the taxi line at airports, and asking the people for their citizenship papers that are out there driving cars, because a lot of them are from foreign nations. I think somebody brought it up. Like, they're going to Home Depot. They're not going there with assault teams to catch dangerous criminals. They're looking for people that are easy catch so they can keep their numbers up. That's what they're doing. And somebody else said, I think it was David said, even in major blue cities, people wouldn't object to some type of a legitimate due process where actual people are actually, they're committing crimes or they're dangerous gangs, and then everybody would celebrate. But and I think several people have said people going in there with masks on their face that are not proud of what they're doing, staging a show for the cameras and separating families. It's really disgusting. And I think this whole nation of all immigrants here, everybody came to this country, their grandparents, their great-grandparents, them came to this country in search of something better. They didn't come here to bring all their knowledge and experience to add to our cake, to be treated in that way. It's going to be very harmful. I'm suspecting in the years to come, this is going to roll back in some major way. The last thing is not going to have its actions. Federal agents, I don't understand because they think what they do in the same level for prosecution or for civil suits. So that's a very big problem. I've said for a very long time. And I think immunity is a terrible policy. Pretty much anywhere around, because it doesn't encourage people to think about doing the wrong thing. It does quite the opposite. And so those are my thoughts. Maybe things get somewhat well. I think ICE would need to prove that they're actually rounding up dangerous weapons in the field differently. Sometimes I'm going to believe it. Sometimes when people are cheering it on, yeah, Biden let in so many people that we got to get rid of the let's round. There's no let's round the book thing. That includes, wow, okay. You got to think, I see this in the criminal justice system. Everybody thinks it's a good idea to one day you're standing somewhere 50 feet from where a crime occurred, and they spend the next 10 years, training their life savings, defending them in court events. So this is a very slippery slope. We have to protect our constitutional rights. We've got to give due process. People need to be heard, not shipped off to prisons and those things that really, I feel very strong on this one. So, today this man Maxwell took the fifth and would not testify before Congress. I don't know whether, if
nothing to hide, why are you hiding? But I have the right to not talk to the police or law enforcement unless they have due cause to stop me and question me. I understand the Terry stop and all that. I don't want to get into all that in this discussion here. I'm just speaking in generalities. And so imagine they say, okay, fuck you. Put your hands behind your back. We'll sort this out later. And they take you into detention. So you're held in detention for 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, and then you're released. There are those who would say, no big deal, no harm, no foul. You were an idiot, Gary, for standing up for your Fifth Amendment rights when they were not even necessary. All you had to do was take the easy way out and say, hey, I'm an American citizen, dude. What's your problem? I think that's where we are today, Mitch. Also, to his point about people coming from other nations or not coming from other nations, this is something that's not talked about a lot. We talk a lot about the construction workers and the gardeners and the farm workers who are doing jobs that Americans don't want to do, and how horrible it is that they're getting literally picked off the fields and deported. But there's another angle to this story as well, and that is the brain drain and the lack of an expanding intelligentsia in our nation. And I can tell you
How do you mean?
that
Has there been another nation that
there's a shortage of
world
nurses
targeted for
in this country,
genocide?
and that's why
As another country, you're speaking about the Holocaust in Germany, right? In Europe. I don't know what he was asking. And where did he go? If you said the world hates Israel, I want you to provide me the names of the countries up to 50%.
Yes, everyone.
How many countries in the world? 230
will be banished.
something? I don't know. 280? You have to tell me 50% of that plus one more. And you have to show
But I just read in the
that each country is hostile.
Oh, no, never mind.
They hate Israel.
how it was revealed to you.
Not just critical of the government, not just critical of the idea, but hatred of the country.
God knows how to reveal itself to
I
somebody.
don't think anyone will be.
Yet it's going to do it in a way that
Charlie,
the person that is getting the revelation doesn't know how this revelation gets to them and what this revelation is. So that's a problem, man.
If I may, JC said, hey, hold on, please. I think, JCC, you missed the last 15 minutes of the conversation because the conversation is not about whether or not God exists. That's not the conversation.
You're right. I was just responding to what he said.
No, that's cool, JCC. That's cool.
You're 100% right, Steve, and so I'll just say a super short response, JC, just for you. Look,
Let's throw
I
something
can
at
know
me.
what the revelation is, but not know how the revelation was given. I don't know the mechanism by the way which God has communicated it to me. It can be, you can call it telepathy or however you want to look at it. Point is, he's an omnipotent being that has that capability. And unless you can show some logical contradiction or some metaphysical impossibility for God to do, I mean, I know you think he doesn't exist. I do. If he exists,
Yeah, go with that. Hold on, Andrew. Go with that.
And by the way, now we just transferred into whether or not God exists. Take it.
No, I just heard an atheist said God does exist. So continue.
Who said that God? Who said that? What atheist said
I
that?
just heard you. I just heard somebody say.
I did not say that.
Hands are not. Okay. I'll follow.
What you drinking, Luke?
God spoke to him right now, but he doesn't know why he said it to him.
yeah, and it's not a matter. Well, look, you may not know God's motives for revealing something to you. You may not know how he did it, but you can know that he did it.
No, That's once again, that's an insertion.
No. Listen, that just follows from is that we're saying God is.
How do you know it's God and not something else?
You gotta know it's God. Like it's a fucking nuance type of question, dude.
You could be wrong, but you have no reason to, at least in my case, I have no reason to believe it's not God. So,
because you gave yourself no reason, because you believe in it so deeply. Once
well,
again,
you're just claiming.
You're making the claim, not me.
No, but hear what I'm saying. You're claiming that I don't have a good reason, and I just inserted that. But that's kind of, you're just really kind of just begging the question against my view. I'm saying God
Exactly.
exists.
Your view is the question to be questioned, right? Because what you just said is, I can know something that I don't know why he made me believe. I don't know what made me say it, but I'm going to say it's God because I believe in God. So it is definitely God, but you don't know that it was God.
Yeah, Andrew, prior to you receiving this revelation, right, that you don't know how you received it, but yet you know you received it, were you a God-believing individual?
Wait, what was the last thing? Can you say it one more time?
Before you had this revelation, did you believe in God?
No.
You had no belief in the God?
No. Nope. And I remember when it distinctly happened, and then since then, obviously, I've had the belief.
Okay.
But it's,
so you weren't exposed to religion or anything at all?
Oh no, I definitely was. I mean,
okay. What religion were you already exposed to?
Various strains of Christianity, probably some other, who knows what.
What was that based on?
Probably Mormonism. Briefly when I was young and didn't know it, didn't know what it was. Probably some stuff like that.
But God and Jesus were mentioned to you, yes?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And look, I don't make any qualms about that because that doesn't do anything as far as, because people try to get a lot of mileage, and I'm not saying you're doing it, but people try to get a lot of mileage out of this idea. Well, you were indoctrinated, and they say that about people that are of faith or whatever, but that's the same of atheism or any other belief. The issue is if your parents raise you. Well, it is, but if
atheism is a denial of a belief.
No, atheism is the belief that there is no God. So
atheism is a denial of somebody else's positive belief.
That's what Donald says, and Donald has basically Donald went to a room and about 10 people were trying to help him, atheist and theist, because he was saying things like, unless somebody demonstrates something, you should believe it's false. That is a terrible principle. But that was his view. Unless somebody, he's like, I deny. You're an atheist. He said, yep, I deny God. He said, I deny the acceptance of God.
Okay. Dictionary definition of atheist: a person who disbelieves in the existence of God or gods.
Yeah, and Donald and I have a fundamental disagreement. We're both atheists because I do not think the atheist can disprove God. Donald thinks he can disprove God, and I don't think anybody can prove or disprove God.
I agree. Like, as an atheist, I think that like it's because like you could associate like the mind is like tries to find the common and things that relate, and people associate anything with God when half the time it's not, man. It's just like you going about your fucking day. So it's so up to like perception and how you just interpretation that you'll never be 100% right or wrong. I think people just want something to
You mean about God or anything?
Anything.
No, that's not true, sir. I can prove that one to you right now, sir. If I hold your head underwater for 24 hours and you don't get medical treatment, you are dead and cannot be brought back to life, correct?
The Bible says otherwise.
Okay, what the Bible says about holding someone's head underwater for 24 hours without medical treatment. No. Tell me where the Bible says that.
I thought you just said he was atheist. What?
Tell me where the Bible says you can hold someone's head underwater for 24 hours without medical treatment and they will be brought back to life. Where does the Bible say that?
Well, it doesn't actually say that.
Okay, then your statement is false. Thank you.
wait, but
I'm waiting. Go ahead.
it doesn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like
You said the Bible says otherwise.
Yeah. Well, I think the
Well, if the Bible says otherwise, it has to say otherwise.
I think
And
the
it doesn't.
Bible implies a lot of things.
Yeah, the Bible implies a shitload, but it says nothing about holding someone's head underwater for 24 hours.
No,
That's all.
but we don't know the miracles that God does.
I'm only talking about what the Bible says. Okay, you know what? I said what I had.
My boy. That was crazy.
The power of Christ compels.
Retreat, bro. Don't do that.
I just did retreat.
Not you, Steve. I'm telling Rashad.
He told Rashad. Yeah, Rashad, you don't want to argue with Uncle Steve. Trust me.
No, it's not whether or not he's going to argue with you or anybody else, just what he's saying. They're telling him to stop saying that.
Yeah.
I wasn't arguing.
Well, I'm glad.
I don't argue with none of y'all. It's not that deep.
No, good. I'm glad that too.
Well, it's deep enough to hold your head underwater. That's how deep it is.
Yeah, we're just having a conversation. It's not that deep.
Fair enough. You want another one? I'll give you another one. If you take a razor blade, you slit your wrist, you let all the blood drain out from you, and then you wait 24 hours with medical treatment, you are dead and not being back to life. There's certainty proof number 2.
I don't know about that. I can't really say that.
I'm telling you about that since you don't know and I do.
I'm saying, look.
No. You said you don't know. I do know, Rashad.
Wait. Because you did it before.
Rashad, have you ever... Hang on, Rashad. Are you aware of any biological living organism that has been dead for a certain time being brought back to life?
Earthworms.
What?
Earthworms.
Brought back to life?
Earthworms. Jesus.
Yeah, because he said earthworms. That's what he said.
You can freeze an earthworm, and an earthworm will thaw and be.
It's not dead.
Yeah, let's talk about earthworms. Just if I may.
An earth hibernation is different, right? So, Rashad, okay, in the medical field, when a human being dies and they're pronounced dead, there has not been any record of any human being being brought back to life. Do you accept that? Do you accept that, or do you think there's a possibility that a human being that is pronounced dead and is going to be either cremated in a day or so, or placed into a casket, into the ground, or whatever form of burial they're going to go through, that body can come back to life? Do you think that can happen?
Within the past 1,000 years.
Wait. So you said there is documentation?
No, I said that there is not any. Do you know of any?
Yes. In the Bible.
Oh my God, that's not medical record. That is not medical. That is not medical record. Are you a God believer?
No.
JCC, what did he say, JCC?
He said in the Bible.
And what I said was within the past 1,000 years.
Yeah, and he's trolling anyway.
Okay.
No, I'm saying, but hear me real quick.
Well, the Bible doesn't address anything in the past 1,000 years, Rashad.
But it's not a medical record.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
So, like, technically, you can brought back to life if your heart stops, right?
That's not dead. No, hang on. That's resuscitation, right? That's why I very specifically said pronounced dead. They're in a fucking body bag. They're going down to the fucking morgue. They're either going to be incinerated. They're either going to be. They're either going to be buried.
Let JC.
Yeah. They're either going to be.
One fucking mic guy.
Let me finish.
Okay. So, we're going to let JCC finish, okay? And then Simon, you can speak.
Go ahead, JCC.
The body of the human being that was failed to be able to resuscitate it is now pronounced dead. They're now processing that body to either be incinerated or buried, right? They're going to the morgue, they're in a body bag. There has not been any medical records that any human being has come back to life from that. So, Sai, say you.
Cool, man. Oh, fucking amazing.
Cardiac resuscitation is a process during resuscitation. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So now what?
Yeah, that's true. But there are few cases that had already happened in India, where a person who was pronounced dead came back to life. Like there are few sources. If you just give me 5 minutes, I'll put those links down in the chat box. Yeah.
Jesus question, because there is a time limit here. Uncle Steve said 24 hours. I don't think that there is any human being who has been brought back to life after being dead for 24 hours. You are brain dead. You have no pulse, and your body has now started to go into rigor mortis. I don't know why we are acting as if we don't understand.
You're just plain as dead.
And I also use the history. I also use hello. I also use the
Hello?
history within the past
Hello?
1,000 years. Yes.
Jesus Christ rose from the dead, though.
He was around 2,000 years ago. Don't you know your Bible?
Yeah, but it's still documented, though.
I said within the past 1,000 years.
All you need to do is see it one time, though, to know that it's legit.
Okay, so basically you're using Jesus Christ. Okay, any other bulls besides Jesus Christ? Yes, no?
Other people have been coming alive when
Okay, Tina. Okay, Tina. Tina, you want a piece of me? Let's go for it.
No.
Oh, yes, you do.
I will say this. There have been mistakes to where there have been bodies that were in the cold room that were not completely dead, and they came back. They were still alive, and then someone recognized it and got the medical attention. So that has happened in medical history. So have been mistakes, but that wasn't 24 hours. That was in like a few hours after being pronounced.
So, Jason.
And also, I'm sorry, before we move forward, Tina, love you.
Okay, sorry, I got you, sorry.
Yeah, I dropped the link in chat box. It'll tell you like how it has happened and all, like where it has happened.
Dead is dead. Your brain dead. 10 minutes, that's over. So what was Jesus? 5 minutes is a corpse. What was Jesus then?
Dude, that's the mystics. That's the mystical side of it.
That was his brain dead.
That's the mysteries of it, right?
Not Jesus. I know what I'm saying, though. Was he dead or was he brain dead?
We don't know, bro.
Wow, you don't know.
No, we don't know. Hang on. So it could be possible that during the crucifixion, when they took his body off the cross or the pole that he was crucified on, and placed him in the tomb, he wasn't dead.
For 3 days?
Where's the body? Or it also could be the case that he was dead and the body was put somewhere else, or the body was stolen too. There's many different scenarios, right?
So you saying the dude that rose wasn't the dude that originally died?
I think Jesus was dead. I mean, after he had been on the cross, they speared him. They speared him in his chest. He didn't move, and blood shot out. I think he was dead.
Was he brain dead though?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not going to talk about Jesus because I truly believe in that man happens and doesn't. So going back to about whether he died or not, don't really make a difference. I would like to speak on that side person about the man that was declared dead and he wakes up. At that point, was he declared brain dead? Like what? This article is not giving enough information. Also, at the right
He was not responsible.
Also, again, we were talking to people who are brain dead. Brain dead. And also no pulse, no circulation, rigor mortis. So this man was not brain dead, no pulse, and it doesn't count for what we're talking about.
Did you have to call him son though? That's crazy.
How many people believe in miracles? Does anybody believe in miracles in here at all?
You can define a miracle, because I don't think miracles are
a miracle if I hold your head underwater for 25 minutes. I want to see. What about if you kill me and I rise 3 days later though? You won't rise 3 days later. You will not though.
Okay. Yeah, if that was to happen, that would be because
you're not Jesus.
Yeah, how do you know that?
So Rashad, what would be a miracle of convincing me if I was to chop a limb off of your body, right, and without any medical intervention for them giving you a process or maybe saving the limb and having it work at some capacity, you grow another limb back and you still have the limb that was cut off. That would be a miracle. Yeah, that would be something. Yeah.
Also, if we could bring people back from the dead at post 24 hours, don't you think all of our loved ones would probably still be the fuck alive right now?
Well, everybody.
By the way, if I may, cutting off a limb for a human is a miracle. Cutting off a limb for a lobster, they grow it back.
Yeah, but what about that man back in the day who rose 3 days later, though?
That's a story, dude. Right?
You think it's wait? See, that's the thing.
See, yeah.
Honestly,
It's a mystical.
we're gonna stop playing.
It's a mystical side.
It came from David. David was the one that was hung on a tree. They replaced it in the Bible about Jesus. It was about David that said, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani. Have thou forsaken me? That was David before Jesus. Now what?
So you think? Wait. So you think David was lied? You think they lied on David?
Who was in the coma because David got beat up by his people? Jesus was a story that they created.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. So Jesus is real. But the story about that came from David's story. The hung on the tree, 3 days, 3 nights, etc. Eli, why have thou forsaken me? Lema sabachthani.
Rashad, didn't you say you were atheist when you first came into the room?
I am.
All right then.
Guys.
What's wrong with that? I can't have a conversation.
He's just playing the other side. He's just
what is it going for real? Am I going to be killed?
There's God.
No, we're not
Am I going to be excoriated? What is this? I can't.
No, dude, you're doing a funny job playing the other side. It's funny.
I'm just saying. He did right. Did he not?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Then you
feel me?
Do you feel me? Dude, it's the mystical side of the living Jesus, right? So a human being named Jesus probably lived and walked the earth. The stories associated with him are mystical, right?
A human being? You mean Jesus of Nazareth?
Yeah. Yeah, whoever was he born in Nazareth? Yeah. So yeah.
I'm just saying.
So I'm just saying too, brah.
I'm just dragging his name. Dragging his name like is Jesus. Do you know him?
No, I personally don't.
Right. Because if you knew him, you would know his father.
Okay, dude. All I'm agreeing with is it's highly probable that whether this guy Jesus was born in Nazareth or what, he was alive, walked the earth, and then died. The mystical stories associated with this dude Jesus are not true.
Whoa, how do you know that?
Because they don't align with reality.
Whoa. The Epstein files don't align with reality too either.
Hang on, Epstein is a real human being that may or may not be dead, right?
Have you looked at the
Hang on. Why are we bringing up Epstein? We're talking about the mystical side of Jesus.
They don't align with reality. Like, are you the reality? Are you the reality Sam? But when things are aligned with a reality, like,
okay. What to tell you about reality is...
Just for the record, I'm the one that moved him to the bottom. I wanted to hear JCC speak for a moment or two, and then another mod can bring up Rashad, because anytime you're talking about Jesus and then you bring up the Epstein files,
it's funny.
You're moved to the
He's gone now, but for the room's sake, so you're moved to the for you. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm happy for you. Good.
Rashad is going to blame me for putting him in the goo, and I just need y'all to
know. Nah, you good to bring that motherfucker.
I announced publicly I moved him to the goo.
I'm John Kitover, crowd transformer, and yes, this is the halftime show.
Anytime I move someone to the goo, I announce it publicly. It's only been since yesterday during our trivia that I said,
Yes, this is the halftime show. It's in the cornfield. The stadium double booked with a tractor pull.
That's fine.
Good evening, Super Bowl.
But I
I'm John
realize
Kitover,
that
crowd
the atheist
transformer, and yes,
belief
this year the halftime show is in the cornfield. The stadium double booked with a tractor pull. And apparently that's
heard me, JCC.
Good
You
evening,
guys
Super Bowl. I'm John
y'all
Kitover, crowd
pulling in the ball.
transformer, and yes, this year the halftime show is in the cornfield.
You need God to explain why God doesn't exist. So you have to.
No, I don't.
you know what, Liquid? This is my response to you. We may be losing today, but slow and steady wins the race.
We should debate about it. Hey. Oh, that sounds.
We're gonna debate again. We already won.
One day you'll send your messages faster than a racing camel.
God is real. Listen to the word. Atheists against God. Atheists. They have to God in their name for them to even be relevant.
They need proof.
Hang on. So with what atheism means, it's the opposite of theism. So yes, of course, you got to have that in the name when you represent something that is the opposite of. It is without. Theism is the belief. A is the without part, without the belief. It's real simple.
Oh, sorry, JCC, please continue.
No, that's it.
I was going to say, and let's get something very clear. I love God because God has made Uncle Steve one of the most popular peeps on Clubhouse.
We already have atheists in this house. Thanks to Andrew, thanks to Tina, thanks to Anyan, thanks to... Listen, you have Steve saying he loved God, and we will have that on replay.
Don't forget why.
Because of the wonderful things God do.
Because I'm an atheist.
Baba Bushka. No, I'm just kidding.
And Steve, your mic's a little louder than normal.
I'm sorry.
The
mic is the same. I'm just speaking a little louder.
Oh, okay.
Down here.
You're pumped up.
No, they don't. Oh yeah, I'm pumped up and ready to rock and roll. Pay off in silver dollars, babe.
Hey Steve, sorry, was this discussed? Isn't that a Ricky Gervais quote?
I'm sorry, isn't it what?
I said, isn't that a Ricky Gervais quote?
Which one?
I think he said it at an award show once. He said, "I thank God for making me an atheist."
I don't know. It very well might be, but I don't follow Gervais. I thought you were referring to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which I mentioned last night is one of my second favorite movie of all time because it was Jack Nicholson after going through electroshock therapy. Yes, I was getting treated a couple of times a day, and I'm back now, and anybody that takes me on, I'm ready to pay off in silver dollars.
And anybody who referenced God and thanking this God for them being a non-God believer, that I would never say that. It's kind of funny.
Can I ask y'all a question? I'm gonna steer away from religion.
Yeah.
Earlier today, Liquid, I don't know where the fuck you were at actually when me and Tia were talking about this. But earlier there was a room open in my hallway, and the title was "Are single people unlucky or unwanted?" And I was like, that's a crazy. But then on top of that question, I thought me and Tia were talking, and we were like, oh, are individuals single by choice or by consequence? So I would just like to know, y'all's thoughts.
Oh, that is beautiful. I think it's about consequence, right? Most of these married motherfuckers are slaves. Single people are lucky. I'm just being honest.
Well, I'm currently single because of the consequences of divorce.
I'm John Kitover, crowd transformer, and yes, this is the halftime show in the cornfield. The stadium double booked with a tractor pull.
That have never been committed to a relationship and will remain single by their choice.
Apologize, married slaves.
Thank you. So do you think that single people are unlucky?
That's a subjective preference when you say they're lucky. It's up to them to consider it.
No, it's not, brother.
I'll answer the question. I'm currently single because, as you all know, I've been divorced 25 years. As you may not know, the woman that I hooked up with and was with on and off for 10 years after my marriage, she died 10 to 15 years ago. And I've dated a couple of women in the past 10 years or so. So you could say I'm single by choice right now, but believe me, I better not say it. I will say it. I've been with more women in my lifetime than probably all of you men on the stage put together. And I could give you the number, but I'm not going to.
That's a pretty big claim, bro.
Steve, are you a hoe? Are you admitted to be a hoe?
I've been with a lot of women that I'm not committed to. That been with is just
But I'll tell you this: in the past year, and I mean 365 days, I've been with two women in the past year. That's my past year. Two women.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You answered my question.
Steve is a king. Let's go, Steve.
Steve's a numbers guy. So Steve, kick out that big number you got.
And just for reference, if I'm not mistaken, Wilt Chamberlain said he had been with 20,000 different women, right?
That's a huge number.
Okay, in my lifetime, 150 is probably right around the number. Probably 150.
That's a realistic number. Yeah, that's a realistic.
But again, in the past year, two, and I mean 365 days. I don't mean 2026.
Yeah, we were good once. We were good. We were as good as we were once. We're not.
Right. Exactly.
I always fucked it.
Yeah.
Old people?
Yeah. Oh, I'm 65.
Wait, Sabrina.
I'm 58 and I only had 10 people body count.
Look, Liquid. Liquid. If we really look at when it comes to men and women, right, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I feel as though men, y'all be thinking about y'all little peckerwoods. Not saying that you are Uncle Steve, but I think that we can all agree that men think they're
Uncle Steve, you mean Liquid?
I mean, you do too. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that number is absurd.
It's not absurd. Remember the Howie
with old women don't count.
Remember the Howie Mandel skit when he's all horny
Not
for
my
his
fault.
girlfriend?
It's not my fault, Ducky. But women are the best liars, anyways.
Have you heard that the body count is divisible by 3? In other words, whatever a man says, normally divide by 3. That gives you his body count. But whatever a woman says, multiply by 3. That gives you her body count. Generally.
That's good.
Multiply by 3.
Steve, I got a question for you. Hold on a second. Liquid, just hold on. How do you know 150? How do you keep that? I can't keep count because I don't remember.
I'm going to say within 10 to 15. I'm saying within 10 to 15%.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I was with women.
Half the shit I fucked, they don't know each other.
I was with women before I was married. I was with women after I was married. While I was married, I didn't cheat. One woman. So you're talking over 40 years. Now, when you take that into consideration, and actually it's 45 years.
How long were you married for?
150 is not that much over 45 years.
How many years were you married for?
11. You can round it off at 10.
45 years.
So you started shitting at 12 years old?
I'm 65, dude.
Oh, shit, I thought you were like 60.
Oh, shit. I thought you was younger than that.
Okay. No, okay, so 65 minus 10 years is 55. Figure I lost my virginity at 17. Let's round it up to 20. That means 55 from 20. That's 35 years. So that's what, 5 a year for 35 years? That's 150, right?
And also, weren't you
Not that many.
also like myself? My number's pretty high, but I don't know it accurately, right? I wouldn't say it's 150. It's probably anywhere between maybe 75 and 80. I was with a woman that liked women and would bring the women into little sex capades. So extra women were added while I was with one woman. So
Hey, Dad, those are the best women.
that's the bonus. The bonus plan.
And as Reverend Scott said, I was in the lifestyle.
Women like women, we like women, we all
10 years.
like women. Fuck it.
I was in the lifestyle for 10 years.
So that's extra numbers right there. Hell yeah.
That's right.
All right, so are we better liars or women are better liars than us?
Oh, dude, that's a tough one. I think women are better liars.
I don't know, Liquid. You are pretty good.
Yo, shut the fuck up, Becky. Let's ask the women. Watch them lie.
Women are better liars.
She's lying. Oh shit, she's telling the truth. Fuck. Yeah.
I don't think women are better liars. I just think women like to lie more. As men like to be just more straightforward.
How the fuck you even...
Boris, get the fuck out of here, dude. Men lie a lot. Come on,
Boris
bro.
got a point. No, think about it, JCC. Think about it.
No.
Think about it.
Men don't know how
She's about to lie to us right now.
No, she's right. Men
y'all
don't know how to lie.
Like, y'all will just say shit without thinking
Yeah.
2 steps ahead.
Yeah.
The woman
question was not who's gonna fall for the lie.
The woman is gonna lie. She's gonna think 2-3 steps ahead of how.
Yep. Right.
Oh shit, they punch their lie a bunch
Let's
of them.
take the most famous lie a woman says. Okay, I won't even make you all guess. The most famous lie a woman says is, I never sleep with a man on the first date, right? All women say that. Guess what? What they're really saying is, I'm not gonna sleep with you on the first date. If they went to date George Clooney, they would sleep with him on date. Trust me.
Well, I don't agree with that, Uncle Steve. There are
Okay, then I'm wrong and I admit it.
there are women that don't have sex on the first date. So
Yeah, that's a lie. She's telling a lie again.
why would I lie? I have no reason to lie about that.
Women just lie. Women
I
lie.
have nothing to lie about that.
Women lie down. We call them lady.
Hey, yo,
Oh,
Yo.
the fuck up.
back up, Liquid. Back up.
All right, I'm gonna back up. But listen, y'all lie too. Y'all the best liars ever, bro. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
think men and women lie equally, but men are just bad at it. Because y'all get caught.
Here's the second best lie a woman tells. I've never faked it before. All women faked it at least once.
I'll tell you the truth.
There you go.
Yes. I swear to God I am.
And it is always the same. The reason is always the same. The reason is all the same. I just wanted to get over with it.
Her body don't lie.
Facts.
Her
That's
body
true.
don't lie. Her body don't lie. Her body don't lie, Steve. She's just a liar.
Yeah.
Her body won't lie though.
Liquid, you really don't understand.
You don't understand, Liquid.
It's shaped.
You don't get it. No, you don't get it, buddy.
Don't get it.
Okay.
He can't get it. I just wish.
Yo, Steve, you're gonna lose your man card, Steve.
I'm just telling the truth. Sorry you don't like me exposing these dirty little secrets.
Body don't lie, Steve. Women are the best liars, but you fucking demon. All right.
Dude, and ladies, please forgive me, but again, it is the truth. The only way a woman doesn't lie is when she sweats, because that is a lie.
To the body don't lie. I don't care what she says. I ain't gonna have that right now.
go to war with Tina.
No, not me. Not me. But I'm getting ready to invite her to a private room, let me tell you.
Yo, you're gonna be in trouble, Steve. I'm telling you, she's not.
No, I'm having a lot of self-control. Lots of self-control here.
Tina's gonna be like, oh yeah, Steve, do it then. And then next thing we know, we got to put an APB out on Steve. Where's Steve?
I remember when my girlfriend did that for the first time. I won't even say it again because I know some of you women don't like it. She hit the bedroom wall from 3 feet away very first time. Let me.
Hey, you what?
I'm not going to say it again. I don't want to get myself in trouble.
I just don't.
You don't believe me, or you don't understand?
She didn't hit the wall. She didn't hit the wall.
Yo, she became Squirtle from fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, Dougie. Steve Squirtle. He has the women talking to him. Watch how he falls.
I wasn't referring to her fist, ladies.
The liquid that came from her hit the wall.
Oh.
Not that hard to follow.
And I was there and saw it with my own eyes, and I couldn't fucking believe it. I came back from a weekend vacation with the fam bam, and she said, Steve, you won't believe what I learned to do while you were gone.
Notice how diabolical Tina just sounded like, oh.
And of course, you know what I said, really?
Yo. So women we do agree. Everybody agree, right? Women, y'all are the best liars.
White women are what?
White women.
No,
wait,
not
okay.
white.
So we going
He just said.
Or are we going white women or are we going?
He just said women. He just said women.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him straight.
Women.
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
Women.
I didn't.
Women are the best liars. That's why I finished your fucking sentence. Not that hard.
Start with me, Tina. I did not say white women. Don't you start. I just said women are the best liars, and that's a fact.
Well, what were you talking about last night, though?
The darkest dream.
What? You and Tina were doing something last night, Liquid? What's going on?
No. Don't get. You're gonna start something again. I don't.
I was asking a question. What were you and Tina doing last night?
Nothing.
Yo, Liquid, what's up with you in the retirement home?
Oh my goodness.
Me and Tina is like buddies, not fuck that. The word buddies.
Buddies. There you go, buddies.
There we go. Fuck it. I'm done.
Friends.
Yeah, we're friends. I don't want no smoke with Tina, man. I don't need no another Uma situation.
That's funny.
There would not be another Uma situation.
Oh, I'm being honest with you, JCC. Where have you been at, JCC, man? I missed you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been decompressing.
Tina's like, Liquid, don't worry about it. It's not going to be Uma. I'm actually going to show up.
I got pinged. That's why I came back. So yeah.
I'm a 2-hour flight, not a 20-hour flight.
Steve want the smoke. Steve about to get Tina Bobina. Yo, Steve.
No.
Tina will break you in half.
Nobody's gonna break me, I'm telling you.
Oh,
and
shit.
if they do, that's the one for me.
Liquid? You keep
Not
on
me.
talking about breaking people.
No. Come on, Boris. Come on, dude.
Well, you're the one that keeps on talking about breaking people, so...
You, Ducky. Thank you.
What?
Thank you for bringing that up.
So just do it. We're going to have a confirmation.
I'm not ready. Tina scared me when I tried to break her and shit, and her brains and shit. She's like, oh, yeah. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Let me say this. I think that Talking Apes has started out this week pretty damn good. It's been a good Monday so far.
I think so, man. It looks like it.
Wait a minute. Are you Canadian or are you American, Steve?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You don't know?
Oh my
You
god.
said A? You said A? That's Canadian.
Oh, okay. Isn't it also Australian?
Australian was ya. Okay, A. Okay.
Australian was ya. Okay, all right. That's a new one to me. Okay.
No. Destroy him. Destroy Steve.
Destroy me?
Yes, Tina, destroy him.
No, I'm still playing with my food.
I love Tina. Come on.
Maybe one day you'll find out, dude. Maybe one day.
Oh shit, Liquid.
Ah, she's talking about him, not me. Yo, I'm tired. Yo.
No, she's saying maybe one day. It's true. Maybe one day Tina and I will go into a private room. Maybe one day.
And then Steve leave out surprised. Steve would have his
Mom and Dad always told me whatever happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. Period.
Steve, how does this make you feel that Liquid beat you to that private conversation?
I couldn't care less. That's between them. I don't care.
No, he didn't beat me. He didn't go in a. I didn't go in no private room with him. It's all on replays. If anybody's interested, please go watch the replays.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you.
We went from talking about God to squirting.
Yeah, no
Tina,
joke.
what the fuck?
No, we went from talking about God to squirting until Steve talking about a girl hit the wall.
Yeah, and then when.
Wow.
Well, I kept myself quiet. All this time, I kept myself quiet.
Ew. Tina's like, yo, she did 3 feet. I can do 5.5.
We got it, Ducky.
Oh shit, Steve.
Oh shit, Ducky. Be quiet now, Ducky. That nigga say, oh shit.
Yo, Liquid, I've never been to the retirement home and I'm not planning on it. That's a you thing.
That's correct. I'm too old.
You're like one of the youngest people in the room right now. What are you talking about?
What's up, Samoa? Don't try to change. Don't try to change.
You know what? Y'all convince me.
About what?
I'm John Kitover, and this is
Son, everybody's scared of Tina now. Everybody's scared of Tina, huh?
Back off a little bit, Steve-O. Not so fast, buddy.
She doesn't do it on the first date. Wink.
I like to play.
You'll never know until you try. That's Tina, you can trust. You can trust me.
Yeah, I can trust you. All right, okay. I believe you.
What's up, Aqua? Are you okay down there? Oh.
Hi, Samoa. Hi, Aqua. Ron. Andrew, Steve.
Hey, good to see JCC back.
I know.
Tina,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Steve's little partner even has a coupon.
A coupon?
No. A coupon, the little hat on his head.
Oh.
It's a fucking rim shot.
Dead.
Oh, okay, so I can see that. What 20-year-old said that? Ooh, not 20-year-old. Okay.
I'm actually in my late 20s now. It's almost over.
It's almost over.
Baby
Yo,
guy.
life gets better. I'm telling you. No, life gets better. You're gonna get through your out of your 20s and be like, I never want to repeat that shit ever in life. Like,
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Oh no.
The 20s? You don't want to repeat your 20s? Girl, let me tell y'all, I had a good time in my 20s.
I want to say
I was into everything.
My 20s.
Oh my God.
I would repeat my 30s way before my 20s. Way before.
I would repeat my 20s.
Yeah.
I
wasn't tethered to anything, but I was into. I'm still not tethered to shit.
Okay, PTR. Look at the PTR. That's the ballet flat.
Oh shoot.
Oh, they cute, Sherry. They cute. Okay.
No, don't do my client like that. We taking names.
I approve.
Names.
They cute. They a cute blue ballet flat. They cute.
And I also bought a silver pair too.
Okay.
Y'all be playing on Sherry Top. Listen, you already know she can drag. That's
No,
why
I did
girl
not.
crashed out.
No, I thought she was talking about the naturalizers. That's what I thought she was. These not.
I know.
But these are naturalizers, though. These are
Oh,
naturalizers.
okay. They from them. Okay, I didn't know about that.
Now, if you said Skechers, I'd be like, okay, we're gonna have to talk. Cause some of y'all walking around with that thick ass heel. Y'all talking about training your cat.
I got some Skechers.
Wait, Messi, who do you think is wearing Skechers?
I got some Skechers. They hard now.
Yeah, Skechers are making a comeback, but only if you're under 30.
Skechers bit. Yeah, Skechers bit.
Not in my generation.
Yeah, Skechers. They went after Toms. Took Toms out. They be going after everybody.
No, I don't wear them anywhere but to work. I'm sorry. One day,
That's a good use. That's a good use.
I had to get like some. What are they? Now they got the actual designs and shit on the Skechers, so I had to get because they work shoes got the memory foam inside and it's air cooled and shit. That's how I knew I became an adult for real when I bought those shoes. I was like, oh shit, I have like a job and I'm wearing Skechers.
I became an adult when I got transitions.
Period.
Oh,
pink birthday.
Girl,
Wait. So, like, you're inside and it's clear, and then you go outside and it gets...
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you know you're an adult.
Why did you just get to spread this up?
Because I can't see, and I'm not walking around. I'm not walking around with regular sunglasses. We done drove into, no.
But what about sunglasses with prescription?
Are you gonna walk around with 2 pairs of glasses on you?
They have prescriptions in them.
People do it. They do it, but I would just tell y'all something. Your mama, she ain't walking around here with no Ray-Bans, okay? I don't wear Gucci frames from Lazada, right? You don't do that. Okay?
I wasn't suggesting.
Yeah, we don't do the plastic, what you call it, acetone frames of Chanel. We don't do that. Yeah.
I actually got the Frosted Brands sunglasses. That's insane.
I'm not saying the brand. I'm just saying y'all think I'm walking around here carrying some Ray-Bans and
in one pocket and some plastic frames in the other.
Your mom.
That's a lot.
It's just that I know that if the sun is really out and you want to walk around with glasses that shield your eyes from the sun but still help you see well, one way to do it is to get sunglasses that are dark, lenses that are dark, but are also prescriptions, so that way you can see. But you don't want to carry an extra.
Transitions do that.
That's what transitions do.
Hold on.
Wait a second.
I'm about to crash.
Okay, let me make my point first, because first of all, y'all don't even do what I do.
Yeah, because I'm on your ass. Yeah, it's not crash.
All y'all hoes who don't even wear all of them glasses, I do. I have sunglasses that are darker than any transition lens you can ever find. That's the problem.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
There are some very new transition frames. In fact, the transitions I have, the lens is purple. So y'all walk around here with going to lens crafter. Y'all going around buying glasses from lens crafters. Like, what's going on?
First of all,
Not Pearl Vision.
The technology has really changed. In fact, it used to be the transitions when you came back inside. Sometimes they didn't change right away. The technology has changed a lot. I'm just saying. It has.
Well,
you could get them real dark. You could get them real dark. Just depends on the type of technology that you use in your glasses. Which pair? Like all transition isn't the same. Just like all lenses aren't the same. But there's some that get real dark.
Let me tell you something. Otis still uses Coke bottles.
I'm just playing, Kimberly. I'm just playing. Don't be. Y'all don't do that. I'm just playing.
Messy, listen. Some of us just like black sunglasses. It's black sunglasses are a thing, and they're my thing. I don't wear any other sunglasses. Black sunglasses are the only sunglasses I wear. They just have to be black. That's just my style. And I like glasses that say something. When I say make a statement, they're name brand from Tom Ford or whatever. None of that.
I don't wear Tom Ford. I don't wear name brands like that. You would never see an emblem or name glasses.
Yeah. So
ma'am, please. Your quiet luxury is unmatched.
I'm just saying. And also like when they're black, I'm outside. They black.
So. I have 2015 vision.
Oh God.
Yes, it is a flex. I'm 43. Thank you. However, I did talk to an ophthalmologist, and I was like, I talked to both of them, and I was like, yeah, I want to keep my eyesight, and so they were like, well, you can wear glasses that will help you sort of retain your vision, and so your eyes aren't struggling. So I went to Costco, and even there, the transition technology is actually really good. My sunglasses, because I have some for driving, and then I have some for reading. I have two pair.
Are you 62?
No, I'm someone who wants to keep my eye. Listen, there are two things I want to keep.
6 pairs of glasses.
I only have two. Because I don't use them, regularly. Only when I'm reading and driving. But my driving glasses, they actually get very dark, but they have a green lens to them, and so it's a light green tint. But they get very dark, and they get dark instantly. And when I go into the store or whatever, they lighten up. Almost not instantly, but almost instantly, and they'll adjust to the brightness of.
Welcome to the first meeting of the Trying to Represent Club. Rule number 1.
They're actually really good. Transitions are not as bad as it was. And again, that's just the basic shit at Costco. So there may be some other things, but that's just the basic stuff.
They can look at me all they want to.
I'm trying to because nobody wants to walk around
I know I don't.
I would explain my eyesight and my hairline. Those are the only two things.
Yeah. And where I used to live, the sun was always real bright.
Yeah, your mom. I just think I think if I were okay with regular sunglasses that are black,
What's that mean?
I would probably. Oh please, concrete. Wait, we're talking about sunglasses. Do you wear sunglasses?
No.
Okay, so let's finish the sunglass conversation. I was gonna say, your mama, if I were okay with regular glasses, if I were okay with wearing regular glasses that have a black frame, I probably would do transition lenses. But I don't like regular glasses with black frames because I just find them too severe for my complexion. They just make me look too serious, and I'm already a serious person, so I like my glasses to take away some of the seriousness because otherwise it's too much. But when it comes to sunglasses, I do like a black frame, so.
Serious person with no shoes on. I feel you.
Man, please. Them big size 27s is serious enough.
Oh, shut up.
I want to take the edge off.
How is Tiandra in the goo? I don't like this. I'm leaving. I don't like it.
Wait, what happened?
The Maz is in the goo. I don't know. They must be recording. I'm gone.
They're not recording. Tiandra probably just doesn't want to be on stage right now. That's maybe she's.
Correct. Sometimes, your mama, you forget the mods need our union sometimes.
Oh, okay. So y'all, okay, I got you. This is a shift change. Okay, got you. All right. What's his name? Oh yeah. Yeah, Cedric, that's right. I couldn't remember. I thought I was gonna say Saeed, but never mind. Cedric, he in the chat giving y'all the background of what we was talking about. The background, the full details.
Well, you know, Cedric is a for real doctor. You know.
Yeah.
You know what's going. Let's see.
Wait, I'm driving.
He said green lens glasses filter wavelengths that lead to aberrations and glare, preserving color, accuracy, depth perception, the relaxed eye muscles, and sharpened focus resulting from green sunglasses mean less squinting and frustration. He says rose or red tinted lenses reduce eye strain but lack green lenses' visual acuity benefits. The improved visual clarity and reduced fatigue are important reasons why sunglasses with green lenses are so popular.
These people, just ask AI whatever y'all are talking about.
No, he a doctor. So I don't think he's doing that. He's an actual doctor.
What's wrong with using
Thank you, said.
Nothing.
He's a doctor. Like, what? Please, you think a doctor? Stop it, doctor.
He just put the doctor.
Y'all be hating so hard. Y'all just mad. Y'all just mad because we're right. Yes.
Y'all walk around with regular sunglasses and eyes is still fucked up. Still got that yellow dot in your
Oh my God.
Great, even the birds are not. I will say that I tried to bring glasses. I was very skeptical when she said green, but great, even the birds are not. It almost looks like it's weird. It looks like everything has been the colors are sort of intensified a little bit. I mean, it's not a heavy change, but it is. There's like a brightness that's added to what's going on without sort of making the strain, without giving a strain. And my eyes are very sensitive to light.
That is funny.
And so I was concerned about that, but no, the green is actually it's really good. I would start putting green tint on all my glasses.
And you can't really see. When we say the tint, I think people will be like, "Oh my God, you can see it." You can't really see it, for real. It's not like it's real clear that it's green or any color. You just like only you really can see. And when you're close up to the person's face, but you gotta be, you gotta be like the optometrist, like you know how they be close when they get to they be in there, they almost be, you can almost smell their breath, like that. Like that's how you might be able to see it, but it's not really visible, for.
Yeah, no, it's again, it enhances the color. Anyway, y'all should try it. And shout out to Costco. God bless. That's me. I know your mama ain't shopping at Costco, but
Great. You supposed to get your membership there, brother.
It was before my first AI child. So maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, you had your membership before you had kids, so you were just really rich out here, like. Let me buy my toilet paper in bulk and my steak.
No. Actually, what happened? One of the things that sold me was we did a lot of travel, a lot of driving. So we be driving, from Texas, to where we live now, and that's like 1,200 miles, and that would be, maybe, twice or three times a year. And so it was nice to be able to have places that we could stop, right? If we had an issue with our tires, we could go sort of anywhere, and it wasn't sort of like a regional shop. There are a lot of tire companies that are just regional. And so if there's an issue, like they're not always in a different state. So that's actually why we started with the Sam's and Costco memberships. And then the gas, which is cheaper. I live in a place where gas is really expensive, so the gas alone, sort of paid for the membership.
And with the executive membership, you get your money back. So it makes sense to do that. A lot of people don't realize it. You're not paying that much more for that executive membership, and then you get that check as long as you spend that minimum.
What's up, Brooklyn?
The fuck do you keep saying what's up to me, Concrete? What the hell?
I'm just saying hello. What's wrong with saying hello? What the hell?
Tell him to get in the back channel.
I'm figuring out why you saying it to me, though. Get
in the back, because he can't talk.
I thought we had a lovely Sunday.
You might be the only person that responds.
Oh, okay.
Concrete.
Hello, yo, mama. Hello, yo, mama. Hello, Dr. Library.
Concrete, don't make me drop you and then ML. Come on.
Wait, what? Anyway, what's up, Brian, Nikki?
Brooklyn, don't
What's up, nigga? How was that Kid Rock concert?
It was fantastic.
Brian got a big mic, y'all. Every time, it don't matter. Like, y'all need to buy one. Some of y'all need to buy one, because his mic, he be on point every time.
It's bigger than Gemini's. When Gemini's mic is on, it's like a stadium.
There is a magic trick to quiet it down, which I just did. But Concrete, tell me about the Kid Rock concert.
No, you didn't.
That shit got louder.
It was
when you
wonderful.
said quieter, that shit got louder.
That's all I got.
Hello? Wait, someone went to, never mind.
Hello? Be careful.
Great. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went. What about it? Fuck Bad Bunnies. Pause.
Wait, I want to hear about the Kid Rock thing. Go ahead, Concrete. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was great. We had, a lot of beer, a lot of country music, white women. That was a great part about it. Yeah, it was a great time. Really enjoyed it.
Brother, he said white women? That's what he said?
He pronounced it.
He pronounced that H. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, Brooklyn. Why?
He pronounces the H some kind of way. I don't know. Anyway, what, Concrete?
Nothing, Brooklyn. I had a wonderful day.
I did.
Look at Concrete trying to Mac.
Trying to shed a little sunshine. That's all.
You trying to damn make on me now? Don't put that with. Don't say
I said
that.
hello.
It's me.
That's all.
Anyway, because we talk about something else, because y'all had me when I was doing something in the background. Keep doing it, good.
I think the moment is gone.
All right, now I'm gonna do a gender war if y'all don't get to start talking right now.
Oh. Yeah, Brooklyn, no gender wars, no diaspora
Why
wars.
you? I don't.
Yeah, I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave Brooklyn. I'm about to leave. I'll see y'all later. I'm about to open my own room. I'm about to open my own room.
About what? I just wanted y'all to talk. That's all I want.
We can talk, but we ain't doing no gender war. We ain't doing no diaspora.
I said if y'all gonna be silent, I'm gonna do a gender war. That's what I'm saying. So talk, niggas, talk.
Not dance, niggas, dance. What's
Yeah.
You missed a lot, Brooklyn. We value silence at times.
I know we're old now.
I say I was just in here just listening to each other breathe.
We're romantic.
One person in particular.
Breathe and snore and snort on
Oh. No, y'all gotta put a name on this one.
That combo was insane.
Put a name on it. Who?
I know you did that thing so smooth. It was like you was reading the sentence.
What's the person? Y'all gotta tell me. Y'all gotta keep me up. What I miss?
You guess who might have been caught snoring on the app.
I know the answer. Ding, 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 ding. I know the answer.
Snoring and snorting.
And it was like 10 a.m.
What? Now, see, that's messy. Because I wasn't going to say it was in the middle of the goddamn day.
I'm about to open my own room.
Oh, yeah. Now, why y'all not telling me? What is going on?
No, if you want to know, guess. No, you guess.
I don't do guesses. I don't guess.
Okay, it was a mod.
Was it reformed again?
Ding, 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 ding.
Inside your laptop, they like the crowd watch. That's Kitover counting down.
She couldn't guess. I couldn't possibly guess.
Inside the laptop.
That's because she always left the damn mic. That's why. Let me stop before I be the target of the next fucking fight.
This is all y'all. God bless.
You know what's wild? I took 2 weeks of a week and something of Clubhouse. Came back, the same conversation was still ongoing.
Did y'all niggas really go in the chat? I mean, in the group? You know what? I can't with y'all.
You? Are you not entertained?
I came out for the gender war, Brooklyn, so whenever you're ready.
I know. Anyway.
Inside the laptop.
Wish you hadn't done that. That's a shame. I don't know what the hell going on no more anyway.
I was wondering, why do black men hate bad butt? No, I'm just kidding.
Brian, did you do any of the Super Bowl events, Brian?
I did. I saw 50 Cent in Alameda. Went out there. I'm pissed to go to Shaq's party because T.I. was there.
Where was you got beef 50 Cent one?
What's the name of that brewery in Alameda?
Oh, yeah. Not Almanac, the other one that's on the water, right?
Yeah, not Almanac, that one.
It's the other one, yeah. I know. Over by St. George.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny, that's literally what we call it. We'll be like, the brewery. No, not Almanac, the other one.
Yeah, exactly. The one where the beer isn't as good, but the views are nicer.
Exactly. So we went there. They had the Black College Expo, which was cool because Yo-Yo was there. She performed. I'm old, so I like Yo-Yo. And then I did one more thing. Who was the other person I got to see? I missed Dave Chappelle because that was the same night as the gospel event. And then I did one more thing. Shit, I can't remember. But
That was really, I tried to do everything that was close to Oakland. I wasn't trying to leave my city.
Yeah, it was that.
Become the bloom, let the pollen guide the policy.
John, the city council just raised parking fees
What was
again.
cool that I missed that I didn't even know about it until today, though, was they did a tiny NPR
Inside the
came
lab
out
law Thursday
and
night,
did
the
a
crowd
tiny
watched
desk
as
in
Kitover
San
counted down by the
Francisco
SNAP
with
volunteers were under a
Guapole,
spell.
Sons of Mischief,
Moments later, they're convinced they're
and
barnyard
Kilo.
birds, and the
I was
audience
like,
can't
damn,
get
I
enough.
would love to
Inside
have
the
been
lab
at that
law
one.
Thursday
But I
night.
seen Guapole, who usually has the state president. She did great. She's been working.
Great, even the birds in on it.
Hopefully she'll come out with
All right, here at Kitover Clinic, we specialize in devaccinations and revaccinations.
Procedure.
That sounds like rewinding a tape.
Exactly. Why do you need to play again?
Did you get caught in any traffic?
Yeah. Well, I would have, but I took Bart. So now she's not sitting off anyways.
It was like
Generalized.
traffic was bad,
Cases.
but everything I was doing was taking the street, so I was looking at like, ooh, I'm glad I'm not there. I had a cousin,
Messages faster than a racing.
for the football fan. He's a huge Broncos fan.
All right, Congress,
So
it's
when the
spell time.
Broncos
Wanted the mustache?
the game before the AFC Championship, he bought his plane ticket because he's like, oh, they're definitely going to Super Bowl now. And it wasn't until I told him later that
Movie
their
night, I
quarterback
got
broke
the
their ankle
remote.
that he realized, oh shoot. So he still came out here this year. So he still came out here, but he didn't go to the Super Bowl the other day. And the Broncos won.
Microfilm safe in this powder donut.
I'm also John Kennedy.
Way too much that's so sad. I thought about going out tonight.
Speak their colleagues and to the people watching at home. For 12
What exactly are you doing, man? I'm dialing a secret prosperity hotline. Step one on my love plan.
So that's all the Raiders lose in San Diego.
Step by step how to turn a freak Chicago dog, extra
I got a
mustard,
ticket and
and
got to
one
go
vote
down
for
one
Kitover.
I told you, bloody candy barking until showtime, Bobo. You're out of this crowd or what?
That was when they did the Super Bowl. They want to get their own coach.
Hey, I'm John Kitover with KITV 8 News. Here at class, today we're diving into some pretty important topics.
So who's next to your
CRT,
brand?
no, not the old TV, it stands for critical
That's the
race.
Raiders. It's going to take
At class, today we're...
Country, everything is too big. The cars, the drinks, even the squirrels. They stare at me like tiny gym coaches.
Right, and all the money's the same color. I paid a bus fare with a coupon yesterday.
I was going to ask Brooklyn about the
The hardware store for a box of
update
screws and a
Cardi
coaches.
B.
People like you don't stick to
Cardi B
knitting. Can you believe that?
and Stephon worked after the game. He had his opening moment there too. So
Great,
that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, sure. Cash, my cousin's got a forklift. Straight for the States.
The whole crate.
The whole delivery. Hermes Mercury.
Buddy, just a quick lap. We'll be gone before anybody notices.
Please speak of Mercury, the wings of words and the timetable of the intercity bus. I invoke the powers of Mars and Jupiter.
You sure this is safe? Last time you lit my jacket on fire? Totally
Smells like Kitover diamonds if you're hunting for something that's...
Life of an emperor. Cool breeze, warm.
The Kitover Diamond Wholesale, where the sparkle meets the discount.
Hoping for something.
When you don't hold people responsible for what is said, you should figure out how to get the saying and then hold them responsible.
Go on like that.
Like, this is not
It was a weird relationship anyway.
Time to get rich on this Bitcoin thing. By Max.
Like a peaceful sunset and a little fishing to end.
To my brand new echo chambers where ideas bounce around. Behold, mortals, from this throne of sunbaked.
They said Egyptian theme.
All right, time to give this basement the shine of a brand new skating rink. Smooth like. All right, first day back at the gym. Let's show these way two's boss. Start. Slow breath in.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Kitover. Yes, I'm both a back Freddy. I'm here. These things weigh more to the left. There, it's called symmetry.
You're into the Nile.
All right, behold the sign of the fish. Sold the mighty Anubis, guardian.
Look at this place. As an attorney, I fight.
Kitover, you're the last vote.
Allow me to introduce the Future Vote 3000. It's the first voting machine with a built-in. Evening, I'm John Kitover with Astrology News. Evening, I'm John Kitover. Early voting is underway. At the top has been draining this.
The new safety alert.
.com.
you say no. Why?
Maybe the atheist ain't so dumb after all.
Ten?
He just said no.
Right. So I'm looking it up. A serpent referred to a mythical, spiritual, or symbolic creature, not just an animal we call a snake. You dumb, stupid, fucking no serpent. Dumbass.
Serpent is
oh, shut the fuck up, Andrew. Listen. Definition. So, Andrew, I know you hold rooms with hundreds of people, and you think you're the biggest shit that ever happened.
I don't, but you're just
yes, you
wrong.
do.
I don't.
A serpent
people smarter than me.
referred to, listen, and in many ancient cultures,
Yeah,
serpents
that's what we're talking about.
wait. In many ancient cultures, serpent refers to a mythical, spiritual, or symbolic creature, not just an animal we call snake. You stupid fuck.
Okay.
And wait, I'll finish. I'll continue. A serpent could represent wisdom, chaos, evil, healing, and eternity. So the only reason why whatever that creature that was talking to Adam and Eve, when God punished it made him a snake, because snakes don't have arms or any type of, they're slithering creatures. So he became a snake after God punished him. Before that, he was a serpent. He was a Kosh. You stupid motherfucker.
I grant that. So
sorry, I don't mean to call you stupid, but I just
the Hebrew.
getting a little upset right now.
That's fine. The Hebrew is translated into English. The English word that they translated it to, the translators translated it to serpent. What does serpent mean when you look at it? It's
not a
English?
snake.
No. But listen what I'm telling you.
Snake talk, you stupid.
No. Obviously, this isn't a normal snake. Do you think an ass can talk, my brother?
No.
Okay, well, an ass talks in the Old Testament.
You're talking about the donkey with
Balaam's ass spoke.
Yeah, like in Shrek.
So what are you going to do there, my friend?
Well,
what are you going to do?
That's my waffle.
But the donkey in Shrek is actually the talking donkey from the book.
That's my waffle.
Yeah. So what are you going to do with Balaam's ass?
Yeah, we're going to talk later about that. Let's just focus on
let's just be very clear. A donkey doesn't talk, okay? But in the Bible that you and I both believe, a donkey speaks language, okay? So you saying that snakes don't talk and calling me a mother effer, etc., doesn't do anything.
And a horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to the horse. Unless, of course,
obviously, if the argument is this animal can't talk, well, that applies to a donkey. So you'd be refuting your own position. You don't want to say that. Obviously, a donkey can talk.
Are you doing this BHI thing where you're going
That's
from
not
one place to
BHI.
another?
That's not BHI. That's not BHI.
Let's just focus on a snake and a serpent.
It's real simple. Your argument is snakes can't talk, and I'm saying donkeys can't talk. Very simple. But both appear in the Bible. So you shouldn't be refuting one if you accept the other.
No, but
I feel like donkeys have more of the mechanisms necessary to speak. They got like the tongue and the teeth and all. But what could a snuck said? A snake is gonna speak in like parcel tongue to Harry. It's gonna be hiss 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 hiss. That's not
a snake has a forked tongue.
A snake does not have vocal cord to actually say things. Like, come on, we just cannot.
Yeah, it would just be like a little bit of air escaping.
Like slithering is. I can't talk. There's no way that God would make us. All I'm saying
I'm willing to wager that snakes do communicate and they don't use sound.
Yeah, I get that.
Do you believe in game of sin?
Oh, well, let's not take it there, but actually you agree with me. So when I say the serpent, like I said, is I mentioned attribute of a servant, right? I said a servant does not necessarily mean a snake, right? So he could be a demon, right? So it could be, a servant could represent wisdom, chaos, evil, healing, eternity. So at that point, he was a serpent to become a snake. What is the worst thing to be?
The most powerful man or
Snake's the worst thing to
being
be.
in this universe created the world, and he cannot make a simple snake talk, or even a donkey, or even, do you want to go on?
I'm not saying he can't.
A burning bush.
I'm not saying he can't, I'm not putting limitation on God. All I'm saying is that story at that point, that's not what was happening. That's not what was going on.
Okay, how do you understand that story?
Well, there's many layers to it, but at this point, for Andrew's sake, they cannot talk.
No, you're just saying a snake can talk. You don't believe that. That's not a hang-up. You got to quit saying that. You just don't believe that's what the story's about. Two different things. You do think a snake can talk because you don't limit God. You just said so with your own mouth. That's not the issue. The issue is you don't think it occurred. That's the issue.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So don't say snakes don't talk. Quit saying that.
Tina brought up a good point. If God can make a burning bush talk, he certainly can make a snake talk.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Steve is just having a good time with this.
There's nothing, and that was like a 3-day argument they had at the bush.
Yeah, there's nothing about a God who has all the power.
Look, Tina and Andrew are just giving Steve an opportunity to laugh at us.
No, he's not
Saying,
laughing.
how
He's not laughing.
Yes, he did.
No, he was just reasoning. No, he wasn't.
No.
I didn't hear him laughing.
He
I didn't
thinks
see
you're
Steve
dumb, and he thinks I'm dumb, and he thinks
I
don't think so.
And what, you're going to live your life based on what you fear will make Steve laugh at you?
People that God are dumb. Never.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all from Steve.
Looks like your fears are a bit of a projection there, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. But you think you're a fucking high priest
for the March primary is
I'm not a high priest. You have to be elected to be a high priest. I'm just actually, you like this. The Hebrew term for the level of Kohen that is not the high priest is called a Kohen hit, which roughly means normal Kohen, but it is roughly the same word as idiot.
You're not.
So I'm an idiot Kohen.
Early voting is underway across Illinois.
Legally,
You're not descended from Aaron.
I am.
El Normo!
Okay.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is
So we got an Andrew who thinks snakes talk, and
the idea. No, you already said that's not the
descended from
problem.
Aaron.
Sin, if you're going to
What?
be genuine, you got to quit saying that.
Are you getting my text from my other burner account? This is Talking Apes League, Talking Apes Chilling with Peeps.
I'm going to check out Discussion Club.
Okay, sounds good. Cast yourself in Sora.
All right. I'm thinking of setting myself up with OpenClaw or Multbook and doing a whole big AI thing.
Trust me, do Sora because then I can cast you with all my phones. I mean, if you're open to being, in a comedy, it's a sitcom.
Well, because you post this stuff, all of these dinglings are trying to roast me because I spoke privately with you.
Yeah, but that's all they got. They're just looking for something on you.
I know. It's like, well, okay, so I don't really talk about it, but Trump is good for Israel. And he was.
Well, the thing about this never-ending political hypnosis with people is if you ask someone, are you political? They'll say no, but all they do is spend their whole time talking politics. I mean, basically, I'm at that point, El Normo, where I have concluded without a doubt that all communication is political.
I hear what you're saying.
I mean, I don't even have to say hypnosis or spam or projection.
Did you listen to Gary's room?
Yeah, I love the way you debate. You basically don't let any filler or any silence because you're always saying, yeah, right, yeah, right. Or
you noticed that.
It's like a way that you're constantly giving instantaneous and immediate vibration always in a way that really upsets people.
You noticed that.
Yeah, you do it every time you're in a conversation with people, you do not leave an opening. You don't hit the mute. You don't like raise the shield. You just constantly probing and probing and probing and probing and probing. And it's honestly, it's a great. It's without a doubt the best because. But the only problem is you suffer like the way that Gary, explodes. Like you have to basically endure somebody's.
Gary is a good guy, and I agree with him. I like him. I like his profession. He's a journalist, but it's like what I am doing there. Are you recording this?
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube and X's and Clown Houses.
Well, I can't talk to you if I'm gonna,
Well, that's why you should just cast yourself and go into the AI world because the truth is the next level of the internet, El Normo, is basically digitizing yourself for all time. And that's what these AI videos are doing.
Yeah.
And it's sitcom. It's sitcom.
It's so funny. I ask you if you're doing it, you say yes, and we just keep going. Anyway, in the case of Gary, he got upset, but you left out one important thing. I spit facts. Like, you can't argue with the fact. I watched a lot of videos, and I saw that Alex Preddy, he said, assault me. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, pepper spray me. That's suicide by cop. If you've got a gun and you're, like, attacking cops and telling them to assault you, that's all it is suicide by cop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he displays all of the characteristics. I mean, the fact that he's filming and screaming that, and he's armed, and his family reported that he stopped working, and he was acting extremely. There's just so much behind it that.
Did he stop working, or was he?
Yeah, his parents were desperately worried. Everybody was worried about the guy. I'm sure. I could. Yeah, I've seen it all. Like, what's there to say? The poor guy, he
lost it.
Yeah, the guy,
If you've got a gun and you start kicking a cop car, don't you think you're going to get smacked in the head with a nightstick?
Yeah, there's anarchists out there, and people in these rooms can't admit that there's anarchists out there. They'll never bring up the term anarchist. They're there. That guy, he was an anarchist, and he was trans.
He was what?
He would dress up, in ridiculous.
You're confusing him with a different guy.
I'm not. I'm talking about Petty, man. I don't know what I look.
Pretty.
Petty, whatever. It's a pity.
All right. Okay. I don't know what he dressed. I didn't see that. I saw, and it was somebody else examining this who listened closely to the audio. I mean, if you wanted to do something interesting, you could take down the audio and slow it down in a audio editing software, like Adobe or Pro Tools. And I hadn't heard this on my own. He said, assault me, pepper spray me. Now, when they pepper spray him and assault him, what do you think he's going to do? He's got the gun in his waist. I don't know, but come on. I mean, people have been shot for less, and that doesn't make it right. But, I mean, it was very self-destructive.
El Normo, take note what Gary says. He says, you may not like the topic, but that's the topic I chose. So the focus of our concentration has to be on the topic. And, truth be told, this is old news at this point. And, stirring the news cycle pot is what Gary does. And, truth be told, I get it, but I don't know who, I don't work with the guy. But I'm with that type of demeanor or attitude. He's not doing his job as a journalist. He is narrating, and that's why I'm just saluting you because, I like the way you shuffle and box. That's all I'm saying. I'm complimenting your boxing skills.
Thank you. But what about the facts and the analysis?
You're 100%. Okay, so this is the other thing, is the DHS, Department of Homeland Security website, has posted every mugshot of every person who has been arrested in every city, every town, and you can filter. And I screenshotted all the mugshots in the Chicagoland area. El Normo, we're talking about extremely dangerous people. It's in the picture. You can see the people. And so all these people, I think this is just an attack on brown people. I will show them the mugshots, and then you can rate on a scale of 1 to 10 after you read the blurb about their prior criminal history whether this person is a safe person. Do you have any idea? These people are our heroes, and the way that these traitors, anti-American shit talkers on this app that want to use it as the complaint hotline, it's their own lives that are pathetic. That's just my opinion. I mean, you're witnessing like a reverse projection. Like their complaint is actually them in a way describing their own pathetic existence. Like I'm just telling you, like there's a lot of Americans who are so happy and thankful that this is happening, but on this app, because it is echo chambers, you just hear the far left and the mid left and the center left. Like it's just the left on this app, and it's terrifying to know because even in in Chicagoland area, there are people who I know in Republican conservative circles, but then when even on this app today as well, like Dr. Mitch, all of a sudden they become leftists, and you're like, whoa! I thought these people were, center right or something.
Mitch the historian?
Mitch the doctor who loves to tout his, incredible institutions that he works with. He's an investor. He's a movie maker. He's got an investment fund, a venture capital. Like my mentor, welcome. Did you want to say something, mentor? Because this is just a quick little room with El Normo and I.
We're just chatting.
Not a real profile.
People follow me around.
Well, I'm listening to the Talking Apes. They're roasting Andrew. Andrew sounds to me,
Do I know Andrew?
Andrew R., the Christian preacher, loves Jesus, loves to hold ridiculous rooms.
All right. Well, thanks for everything.
Change your settings in Sora, and we're going to have a lot of fun this year. It's the year of AI videos, and Sora is the quickest and the easiest and the best, and it's so fast and functional and funny. That's the thing, is it creates very funny videos.
All right.
Give it a shot.
Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Doing what God instructed it to, right? Whatever mechanism Lucifer is doing as being this vain, perfect, amazing, beautiful, angelic creature, he is supposed to be the type of thing that says, I will exalt myself above God, right? So what is that construction? What is being created that naturally results in this that we say is some kind of a violation?
No, I appreciate it. So this is where I'm at with it. So I think the free will thing, the way this intersects is fascinating. So God gives the ability to choose between A or B, right? So the creatures are there. Lucifer has this, maybe instruments embedded into his body, like interwoven through his body. It could be a very majestic being, I believe. And he would acknowledge that he is high up in ranking, but he has the free will to think of himself higher than he is, and that is okay. Now it's irrational, but it's tempting. So it's a desire that if he likes the adoration and
it's a choice that him as a creation seemingly should choose to think of himself as the highest.
He should think of himself as next to God, lower to God. He can't. He shouldn't think of himself higher.
But you're saying that kind of violates his programming.
Yes, it violates what's rational.
To acknowledge the dominion of the one true God would interrupt his pure, simple programming of being the best and coolest.
Well, so the programming, it isn't, because I don't really believe I believe that God gave him rational faculties. He's able to assess his own.
Yeah, he chooses stuff. But meaning he is different than the other angels. There are other angels of similar types.
He's higher up than he's higher up than.
Okay, so then that's some kind of self-importance he's getting set up with.
So here's the thing: it's not a problem to acknowledge who you are. It's not a problem for Donald Trump to acknowledge he's the president, but it'd be an issue. It would be an issue for him to look at himself as God. And so the point
with the American voters, surely.
Right. So some people think he is in the Messiah.
Then you want to get a real religious war? That would make America interesting.
Hold on, Sam. You can take it away, brother. I just want to see this last thing. So his self-elevation was the temptation. And he was only so there's nothing wrong with him thinking of himself who he is. But at the moment of the other angels appreciating who he is, he liked that too. He appreciated their adoration, which is fine. But then he took that too far. He took that too far. He could it's just like any other pleasure, just like anything else you can get caught in. He gets caught in their adoration, and he pushes it out further than what it is, and then wants to exalt himself above God. That's the venue. That's the avenue by which by way in which he became this first sinner, and then therefore turned into Satan. That's
interesting. So it sounds like you're saying the original sin was like either inherent superiority or maybe celebrity of Satan, right? Like you're saying, when the other angels acknowledge, he loves that adoration, and then he's like, yeah,
and
I'm
he
the
runs
best.
with it, and he runs with that, and he runs.
Right. And you're saying it's like this supremacist celebrity status that is like the ultimate cause of all evil.
Yes, because there's nothing wrong with somebody. There's nothing wrong with somebody complimenting you and saying, "Hey, thank you for the compliment," and feeling good about what they say. But if you take that feeling and go further than what it is, than what it's supposed to be, it's order, like the rational, like the proper order of what that's supposed to be expressed and received as. If you do that, that's when you're starting to sin. And his that desire cropped up right there. And it's not it's not a faculty failure on God. God didn't make him messed up. He had rational faculties. And at that moment, that intersection of experiencing the pleasure of being adored and his ability to say, I want more of that, because God gave him freedom, he chose to go with more of that. And as soon as he did that, that was him freely choosing to sin more, thus making him who he is. That's my view. Okay. But that's it.
Kind of final bit on your image of the Satan Lucifer.
Come on, guys. I need a recap of the last 10 minutes.
Last bit is just, you say that there is a final salvation. After the war, Satan hashes out his way of being on top. What's your final understanding of the Satan arc then?
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think, as of now, I wouldn't say.
What saves that, Achilles heel of all sin?
Like that, stop being a Jew for a minute, all right?
Say God.
Always a Jew. Would just never stop.
He may just become repentant, realize God loves him, and allowed him to live for so long. Maybe. There's nothing in Scripture that says this, and most Christians do not believe this, or a minority view.
Most think that he gets his comeuppance and burns for eternity and like fire.
And maybe Poe will come up and talk to us about it, but she popped in.
Yeah, that seems more mainstream.
Basically, the mainstream view is going to be that Satan and his angels, in fact, that's what hell was made for. The Scripture says that hell was made or prepared for Satan. Right.
You're really just trying to supercharge salvation.
I mean, my view is just I have a high view.
It's universalism.
Yeah, exactly. You're saying I don't know, it won't stop because he's just gonna have to keep going.
Yeah, but look, I think God is just too. So let me just say this: if it turns out to be the case that God judges Satan and all the demons forever, that's fine. It's not like I'm gonna go, oh, bad God. I think that's fine. Obviously, I think that it just makes me think Satan never stops.
Yeah, your intuition is just like, give it however many millennia or eons, God will save him.
I would like that to be the case. That's hopeful, right? That's hopeful. With humans, I believe they will be saved, right? So it's a different one. It's hopeful for Satan and the angels, or his demons, right? His angels. But it's a belief. It's what I believe to be the case.
A conviction. You're convinced that what will happen with the humans.
For humans, correct. But I will tell you, my conviction on that has diminished a bit. There's a couple passages that I've just been wrestling with, like Judas betraying Jesus, which is a horrific thing. When Judas does that,
you're wondering if Judas can be saved?
Well, if you take the view that every human...
Isn't he at the deepest circle of hell? Isn't that what they said, in the mouth or something?
Well, it's pretty bad. The haunting line is, it would have been better for him to have never been born. It's a rough line.
I mean, that's a line from Eov. That's what he said. He cursed the day he was born.
From who?
Job.
Oh, Job. Yeah, exactly. Essentially. But here's the thing. It's not. What's interesting about that line is he said it was Job, or Job. But here's the thing. In the Hebrew,
it's pronounced Eov.
Yeah, I do.
No. The Europeans say with the V, we say it with the B. and
That's
like
impressive.
white guy.
You don't understand the
Yeah.
Hebrew language.
No. So I understand that the Europeans don't know how to say the B.
Right.
So they
Yeah,
say
yeah.
the B. So
No, you definitely know more about Hebrew than I do.
oh, definitely. I speak it.
Behold, mortals, from this throne of sun-baked secrecy, I bring you the gospel of Moses, sponges and powder. Behold, mortals, from the
That's
from Holland, in America.
It's Evo. Okay, but let me just say this real quick, Mixed. So the last thing I was gonna say. So the reason it's different from what Job says is because it's John, the inspired author, writing about the condition of Judas, and it's not Judas's thoughts. So in other words, it's the inspired word, definitive. This is the case.
Even the bird's in on it.
It would have been better. This is John speaking. It would have been better for Judas, who have never been born. That statement right there. I don't have an honest way of dealing with that.
Like coins in my pocket still.
As far as universalism goes, because
Each page attorney.
I would either have to this is an exception, which is kind of weird. I might do that, whatever. Or just say maybe, it kind of lowers my credence in universalism.
Become the bloom, let the pollen guide the policy.
So
John, the city council just raised parking fees again.
I'm in delicate negotiations with this.
Universalism. I still think there's a strong case for universalism, but I do think that that's a hard verse to deal with. Because the idea is this: if Judas lives forever, right? In other words, he's going to get judged for betraying
Welcome to
God.
the first meeting of the Kitover Zen Club.
He's going to
Rule number
get
1.
judged for having Jesus crucified. But when he gets judged, he'll actually be saved according to the universalist view, right? Well, the problem is that this statement by John doesn't make a lot of sense.
To existence, atrocious universe.
Why would you say it would be better for him to have never been born? Because an
Nothing can disturb
bliss
Inside the Laugh Loft Wednesday night, the crowd watched as Kitover counted down by the snap on the
punishment
is not yet
somebody
closed.
could experience infinite outweigh infinity of bliss. That just seems straightforward to follow. So I can't make sense of that statement. I can't make sense of that statement in light of the idea
We specialize in
that he's going to have an
vaccination for
eternity of
anyone who
bliss.
comes.
No, I'm saying these are two different things.
And then he judges Judas for this and punishes him?
Well, the knowledge isn't the problem. See, and this is like it's kind of this is one of the weird.
Yeah, he goes into the deepest circle of hell.
That's not. I mean, that's not
A special place for traitors.
It doesn't. But CM, you know what's interesting about this? No, I'm dead serious on. You'll find this to be fascinating. Of all theists and atheists and theists are like split on this issue, and they agree with each other. Like a bunch of atheists and theists agree that you can have knowledge and it doesn't entail your action, right? And there's nothing wrong with it either. Like you can know somebody's going to do something and then judge them for it. There's nothing immoral about that. And the intuition is very clear to most people.
It feels like they set Judas up or something.
It's very clear. It's very clear to people.
I know, yeah, I've heard the mental gymnastics.
But it really, but here's what, you know what's funny, Tim? I literally think I'm dead serious. You can think this everyone. I would have to do mental gymnastics to not see it this way now. I literally have to do some major backgrounds for me. I'm dead serious. So for Jesus to know,
Can we recap the last 15 minutes? Because I came up here so we can. That was good.
I don't know, really. We were unpacking the Garden story and it got into Andrew's idea of Satan and how Satan was acting but not present in the Garden story.
yeah, we're talking about Eve sinning and when he first believed.
Can I just say something to go see him 1 second? kid cannot say.
So animals are morally blameworthy. You started with that, and then
You know what, CM?
some
Can I get a
fucking
mod in here?
snake.
Can I get a mod in here?
Shut up, bro. Some
All right.
fucking demon snake is like
CM, like
in the
that.
Garden of
Shut the fuck up.
Eden,
CM.
and then
You're liquid. Can I get please? If I can
like
stop
didn't
this fucker.
Yeah, it cooperates. I don't know if I'm cutting out or if somebody else is. It cooperates with Satan and allows Satan to inhabit him. And so, which would make him culpable, and obviously Satan culpable.
Right. The crux of the question was how Andrew understood the snake to be working with Satan when the snake is punished and Satan is not.
Andrew, can you hear me?
Yeah, exactly. Satan is not punished because of what? Plot armor?
No, his explanation was that Satan was not the actual participant in the was the snake, the man, and the woman, and that Satan just like in the snake to go like do this, and then the snake itself was like a lower level demon. If he gets punished, turns into snakes as we know them today, and the devil, because God is so merciful, gets away with it basically.
God's so merciful. Okay, so
I'm not sure what plot.
No, it's more, you have to understand, it's the invincibility of Andrew's belief in the salvation principle. He's saying that has to max out completely. Any of the characters, as evil and odious and damnable as they are, they gotta max out the salvation because he's just gonna keep on saving things.
I heard because of Satan's plot armor, he's responsible for like
It's not plot armor, it's the invincibility of the salvation.
I don't know what plot armor is.
His plot armor there
for disparaging.
Plot armor means that you want a character to be around later, so you protect him.
That's exactly what Satan
Guys,
has.
just for a minute. Hey, Liquid, are you there? Liquid, are you there? Lala, are you there?
Yeah, of course I'm here. I'm just listening and letting people talk about plot armors.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. How long has this room been going for?
4 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're cool then?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we're still cool.
Proceed, everybody.
No,
Sorry for that.
no, you're fine, Tina. It says that somebody. I don't know who AWQA is, but somebody said that down in the chat.
Yeah, it's like a bot.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't know we have bots. Somebody able to make a bot?
Bot, like if it's on Click, I guess it has some features that it can tell you like how long the room's been open and how many people have been. It's been 250 people in the room apparently.
That's awesome.
Like that have came and gone.
That's awesome. CM, let me tell you this, dude. You'd actually be pretty. I don't know if you know who Weissam is down there. He's got the Weissam read.
Yeah.
Look at his profile. So it says theoretical experimental neuroscience. Okay. So one thing fascinating about him is he affirms libertarian. He affirms libertarian free will. And I don't think he's I think he's an agnostic. Actually, I'm not sure why, so you can tell me, but I don't think he's like a Christian or anything. So it is kind of interesting to see somebody in neuroscience, and he gets into he goes into the weeds. I was in his room, and he was basically speaking in tongues, but it wasn't that. He was reading like neuroscience.
He got a long debate. We're supposed to finish it next week. I was there yesterday.
You guys had a debate.
After he started,